This video series is the blueprint for the entire philosophy of my channel. I love a thoughtful approach to glamour, and I really feel like the archetype of the bombshell totally embodies that. She has style, taste, intelligence, she cares deeply, and she is dramatic in all the best possible ways. If you want to have a bombshell mindset and live the most over-the-top, theatrical, and uninhibited glamorous life of an absolute bombshell, this is the video. Welcome back to Bombshell Book Club. My name is Haley, and in this series we explore books related to glamour, beauty, and old Hollywood bombshells. Today's book is the one and only The Bombshell Manual of Style by Lauren Stover. Thank you so much to the wonderful ladies who recommended this to me in my comments section. You truly understood what Bombshell Book Club is really about, even when it was only in its first few videos, so thank you so much for that. I'm definitely going to use the examples and knowledge from this book as the basis for this video, but I wanted to turn this whole concept into something a bit greater, something you can use as a go-to guide of how to truly be your own bombshell. I've read a lot of books about glamour and style and elegance, but this one truly captured my heart because it celebrates the art of being delightfully extra in all aspects of life. This book doesn't just teach you how to look like a bombshell, it teaches you how to embody the magnetic energy of a bombshell and the dramatic quality that it takes to make life truly magical. It's about cultivating that special something that makes ordinary moments feel like scenes from an old Hollywood film. So if you look up to bombshells like Marilyn, Jane, Jean, Rita, Dita, Dorothy, Lana, Brigitte, or Sophia, you might just be an eligible candidate for this video. In this guide, I'll break down the essential elements of bombshell living, from cultivating the bombshell mindset to mastering the art of self-creation and developing impeccable bombshell taste. So buckle in because this video might be a long one. Let's talk about how to be a bombshell. So what is a bombshell? Well, according to one of the greatest, Jane Mansfield described the bombshell as a woman in crescendo. Bombshell is more than just a beautiful woman. She is a force of nature who commands attention through her magnetic presence and her self-assurance. The term originated in the 1930s to describe Hollywood actresses such as Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow's aesthetic beauty was considered so striking that it had an explosive impact, much like a bomb dropping. Her platinum blonde hair made her the first named blonde bombshell. But being a bombshell really transcends mere physical appearance, right? It's about embodying things like glamour, sophistication, and drama. A true bombshell has an intoxicating combination of confidence, mystery, and a theatrical flair. She is unapologetically feminine, and she is also fiercely independent, intelligent, and cultured. Whether she's dressed in diamonds at an event or in casual wear at home, she's always embodying that bombshell energy. She never takes it off. It's something that is always within her. She's not afraid to take up space. She understands the power of presentation, and she approaches life with intensity and a touch of old Hollywood drama. Think of iconic bombshells throughout history, like Marilyn Monroe and her magnetism. These women weren't just beautiful, they were cultural phenomena who understood the art of self-presentation. A bombshell knows how to make an entrance. She doesn't just walk into a room, she arrives. Stover shares that bombshell Dorothy Dandridge knew exactly how to enter a room like a bombshell. Apparently at one of her nightclub venues, it was apparently said she came wriggling out of the wings like a caterpillar on a hot rock. Knowing how to make an entrance and commanding attention just comes so naturally to the bombshell. A co-star once said about Jane Mansfield that she just walked out and assumed that everyone would be interested in her, and therefore we were. A bombshell is so comfortable in her own body. She is spontaneous and extravagant and open with her body language. She just lounges dramatically in any chair she sits in as if she's in a Botticelli painting. The bombshell is comfortable in herself. She is delighted to be herself, and in turn this makes her never bored. And because she's never bored, she's never boring. She always has something interesting to say or a fun story, and she just lights up every room with her authentic joy and curiosity and raw emotion. She's never afraid to authentically express herself and her feelings. Bombshell is a woman who would wear red lipstick to the gym, not because she needs to, but because it makes her feel powerful and she enjoys it. She's the woman who treats her morning routine like it's a sacred ritual. She writes notes on perfumed stationery sealed with a kiss, and she isn't afraid to order champagne at lunch just because. Every day is a grand occasion for the bombshell, no matter what is on the schedule. Modern bombshells like Dita Von Teese and Monica Bellucci really carry this tradition forward. They prove that bombshell energy is timeless, and even women today can still embody it. They demonstrate that being a bombshell is all about cultivating an appreciation for life's theatrical moments, whether that's turning a simple coffee date into an occasion by wearing your best vintage dress, or transforming doing the laundry into a scene from an old Hollywood movie with the music and ambience and flair that only a bombshell could bring. A bombshell understands that every day presents an opportunity for glamour and drama, and she seizes every single one of those opportunities without any hesitation. In the foreword of this book, Stover recalls that when she told a friend of hers that she was working on a book about bombshells, he said that all little girls grow up wanting to either be a sex kitten or a nun, to which she explained that to little girls, the song of Bernadette was just as appealing as Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, that little girls want to be both. This childlike yearning and spirit is always with the bombshell. She never forgets the wonder and dreams and innocence of the little girl inside her. I often think about the bombshell like a more grown-up, mature version of a Disney princess. She fantasizes and dances and sings and enjoys life to the fullest and really embodies femininity and joy in every situation she's in, but she's just a little bit more mature and sensual than the Disney princess. A bombshell's power lies in her authenticity, right? She might cultivate a really carefully curated image, but she is always absolutely true to herself and who she is. She might be inspired by Ava Gardner or Lauren Bacall, but she creates her own unique interpretation of that. She is her own interpretation of the bombshell archetype. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be exactly like these iconic bombshells in order to be a bombshell yourself. You can also add the embellishments of your own personal makeup and fashion sense. One of my favorite things about the bombshell, and something that I wish to convey on this channel as a pillar, is that the bombshell believes in her fantasies. Stover writes that even if her bracelet is dime store cheap, she wears it like it is Cartier. She doesn't need real diamonds to feel like $1 million. A bombshell lives in dream world. Her life is a complete fantasy, and as such, things just seem to naturally come her way. Flowers, champagne, money, and all things glamorous and lovely. A bombshell can manifest like no other because she just cannot be brought down by other people's opinions, trends, worldly problems. She just floats on a heavenly plane above it all in a little world that she has created for herself. Since a bombshell is a woman who just understands that life is an art form, she is both the artist and the masterpiece. She believes in pursuing self-creation, and she applies a lot of thought and effort towards that. She recognizes that glamour comes from the perfect balance of being a sophisticated woman, but also being childlike and playful. Next, we're going to talk about bombshell psychology and the mindset behind the bombshell. So at its core, the mindset is about embracing your inner diva and maintaining an air of sophistication and mystery. It's about understanding that confidence isn't just something you're born with. It's a skill that can be honed and cultivated through really deliberate practice and self-awareness. A bombshell knows that it's very powerful to command attention through her presence and her intelligence and her magnetic personality. So she hones those skills and she takes them very seriously. The bombshell is not afraid to be vulnerable or wear her heart on her sleeve, but she just does it in such a way that it adds to her charm instead of taking away from it. She is open and caring, but there is still something so mysterious about her that people can't quite put their finger on. She is a paradox, and she knows that. She embraces her childlike spirit, and she moves about the world with a touch of whimsy, but she's also very intelligent and mature and sophisticated. Stover describes the bombshell as an iconic creature that is as vulnerable as she is glamorous. She's a woman who's learned to use her vulnerability to her advantage. She allows her frailty and breakable humanity, but does not let it eclipse her aura of glamour. She embraces the human condition while always adding a little sprinkle of glitter. A bombshell recognizes that her journey to becoming extraordinary is itself an art form, which requires dedication, passion, and an unwavering commitment. She just chooses to believe in her wildest dreams, and she pursues them with great enthusiasm. As Marilyn once said, there must be thousands of girls sitting alone like me dreaming about becoming a movie star. But I'm not going to worry about them because I'm dreaming the hardest. The bombshell sees herself as the artist and the muse. She carefully curates wonderful little moments in her life, but she doesn't keep a strict schedule. She's always open to spontaneity and going with the flow. The aspect of the bombshell mindset is cultivating her intellect. Obviously, contrary to popular stereotypes that I think we've gone beyond as a culture now, but not entirely. Many iconic bombshells were highly educated and very intellectually accomplished. Hedy Lamarr wasn't just a silver screen siren, right? She was an inventor, and she patented a frequency hopping spread spectrum technology that later became fundamental to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi communications. And Jean Tierney, she spoke multiple languages fluently and was also an accomplished painter. According to Stover, a bombshell is smart enough to know that it doesn't matter if other people think she's too sensual or pretty to be brainy. Marilyn Monroe had a personal library of over 400 books, including works by James Joyce and Marcel Proust. She was known to read really complex literature, and she studied method acting techniques. Rita Hayworth was fluent in 5 languages, and Jane Mansfield had an IQ of 163, and she was a concert-level violinist. Even modern bombshells like Dita Von Teese, she knows her craft so well. She's very well versed in fashion history and the history of burlesque and pinup culture. Monica Bellucci, she holds a degree in law and she speaks 4 languages fluently. Bombshell understands that knowledge is power. She uses her intellectual capabilities to enhance her mystique rather than diminish it. She might quote philosophy while applying her red lipstick or discuss art history over cocktails. This combination of beauty and brains makes her so alluring and interesting and completely sets her apart to those who rely entirely on their physical appearance. She is sophisticated in the most delightfully unexpected ways, and she loves shocking people with her knowledge and wit. She doesn't seem to care if people think she's dumb. She just gets so much enjoyment from simply being herself that the world just couldn't infiltrate her joie de vivre, even if it tried. She believes that life is more beautiful when it is approached with passion and flair. So she embodies this passion for beauty in everything that she does. She is uncompromising in her romantic approach to life, and no matter what is going on in her life, she finds everyday occurrences thrilling. That's one of the reasons she's so great to be around. Others really wish to catch a glimpse of the world through the bombshell's eyes, and they become really inspired by her fascinations. Bombshells are always using their body to communicate. They want people to feel comfortable around them, and so they in turn behave comfortable and open in their body language. When she sits, the bombshell has a way of making the most rigid piece of furniture look comfortable. As I mentioned before, the bombshell knows how to make an entrance, right? She sees a doorway as a threshold between worlds. When sitting, the bombshell likes to perch on the edge of the armrest of the chair. Instead of sinking into a seat or slouching, the bombshell perches, curls, or curves, or flings her legs over the arm of the chair. In How to Marry a Millionaire, Marilyn Monroe scoots into a chair and she curls kittenishly before answering the telephone. It doesn't matter that the person on the other end can't see her. Her coquetry will radiate through the wires. When it comes to making an exit, bombshells always exit with an inhalation as if something wonderful is about to happen. So in this episode, we covered what a bombshell is and the bombshell mentality and bombshell psychology. But there is so much more to this book that I want to dive even deeper on. But this video is getting way too long, so I have decided this is going to be a two-parter. So in the next part of the video, I'm going to discuss the bombshell lifestyle as well as the bombshell tastes. So her likes and dislikes and things like fashion and her aesthetic sensibilities. So if you're interested in that, then please subscribe for that video. It will be coming next week. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Bye!